Hello, this is Joanne. I am ready to make my bird bath, or at least the framework and the basin. It's standing upside down right now with the base. This was actually a tree in my son's bird cage, but the bird has passed on, so I am going to, what's the word for it? Recycle anyway. Upcycle it. Gonna make a bird bath for hummingbirds, and it's gonna be pretty cool if it turns out the way that I want to do it. And hopefully better than my platform and bracing here to good old duct tape to hold it in place while I put the cement on, because I've got to get this done before I can turn it back the other way. So I am going to be working on this. My phone doesn't have a lot of charge yet, so I may go sit down and charge it up for a few more minutes before I start this. It looks like my base is trying to tip over again further. Kind of leaning this way, but that's because the cement was heavier that way for where it had to stand before in the bird cage. So anyways, hopefully we'll be able to get the cement on our leaves. Decided to make them out of a double mesh because using a leaf to put the cement on hanging upside down wasn't going to hold its shape. So I am going to do a small amount of cement at a time, and I might just go ahead and get started, seeing as how my phone has enough charge for a little bit, and maybe we can start on the side that's the lightest and help it lean that way while I finish it. So anyways, I am only going to mix up a moderate amount of my rapid set mortar mix and water. I'm going to try to make it pretty thick, but on the leaves I'm going to try to do it as thin as I can, but yet have it real solid. So that is going to be the water reservoir, so it has to be watertight. And because I have 3 sticks going up into it, and the base is going to be connected, I am going to work around that, getting that part of it where it's connected, set in stone, set in cement as quickly as I can, and then so that the wire mesh won't be pulling down or dropping down with the weight of the other cement on it. So I'm going to work on that first, and then I want this bottom part where the leaves are, they're kind of sewn together up about halfway, and I want that to be like a bowl reservoir, and then the leaves can kind of curve out and have some shape and character to them. So that's what I'm going to work on, and hopefully this form will stay where I want it to. I have never done a project quite like this without it being a solid shape around or something. So it's the first for me, and I am going to go ahead and I think pause my camera for just a minute so I can get a little bit of the cement mixed up, and then I'll go ahead and get it started and be able to hopefully not get cement all over my camera lens while I'm at it, and go from there. So back in a minute. Okay, if you've watched before, you know how fast this mortar hardens. And I'm hoping, like everything, that I made it like a really thick pancake batter. I'm hoping, like everything, I can get this applied where I want it before it hardens. Usually I have to slide things up the mesh, and there's no space between it, so I kind of left this wire sticking out on the edges where they connect, so it can kind of go over the next wrap. Oh no. I thought about putting something underneath this and leaving plastic there, but you knew if the layers, if it dried or hardened with those layers underneath there, that it would just be a place for water to leak and I wouldn't be able to get it out. So I'm gonna try it like this. Hopefully I can get it to stick. And that I kind of want to tack in place with the cement or mortar. Hopefully my frame here for my bowl doesn't all fall. I'm like having too much in your pockets, pulling your pants down. It's just kind of this has got oh. Not bring my hose over here with me. And it is hardening up. And we're hoping by using this 1/4-inch mesh and then another layer of 1/4-inch mesh that was crisscrossed with it, that it would stay thin enough or have small enough holes that our cement would stick in mortar. And they're smaller holes by half, but there's, like I said, not space. We didn't put the space between because we a lot of thin leaves, or kind of thin leaves. I guess I'll try this, and if it gets too thick on the inside, I'll have to figure out a way to get a grinder in there. And with this, if some of it will just stick in the leaf around the form. I can come back and add more. And I don't want it on the bottom, so hopefully it won't all fall off. Usually I always drag this up so that it stays. Because it's kind of thin, I'm kind of trying to let it roll down on there first and then pull up on it. Like I said, this is the first time for me, so if it all falls through and makes a big mess this time, well, I'll know what not to do next time. But if you ever wanted to try something, just do it, because I've learned how to do a lot of projects by just trying them. And that bird bath that has been the bird's favorite bird bath for about the last 7 years. And everybody who's had one has loved them. It's just one of those things that I just wanted to try. I didn't know how it'd turn out, but it was fun to make. Gave me something to do. And it's really, I don't know, for me, when I make something and all the birds come use it and they fight over it, and you see 9 little birds all jump in a bird bath together and share it, just happy as could be. If you haven't seen that video of mine, it's on my birds and bird baths YouTube channel, and let's see. They are bush tits, and there's at least 9 to 11 of them. Every time I think, there is no way that another bird could fit in that bird bath. 2 or 3 more would hop in there, and they'd all just keep splashing away. I was laughing the whole time I was filming that. It was so funny. And it's fun to watch. And everybody else that's seen it has enjoyed watching it too. And, well, if something you make can make that many people smile, it's gotta be fun. This, I'm gonna shape the bottom of this like some kind of a fancy base, but I just don't know what shape to do it yet. I want to see this part looking like it's supposed to. And then as I get this part to look like it's supposed to, then I'll know what to do with the rest of it. Love to shape it kind of rounded, but I'm trying here and it's all wanting to fall off and fall out of the middle, and kind of working. If I didn't have to keep putting mortar on there, I could hold it for 15 minutes in the right shape. It's set up that way. So I think, I know I was talking to my son and we were thinking that it would be a good idea if I just did them all at the same time, but because this dries the way it does, and because I'll have to make more, I think I'd rather just kind of do these 2 out of 4 leaves at the moment. Let it dry for about 15 minutes so it won't go anywhere. And all the mortar won't fall out of the leaves. So in place, we live really close to an airstrip, little airport, local one. And sometimes those planes are flying pretty low when they come over. Well, I'm trying to put this on this other side and it's falling through the middle as fast as I put it on. And I'm not really sure why that is, because they're all made the same way. The mesh has got both sizes. Whole thing I'm going to have to do. I might. This little bowl is just one I use to put under my, or over my extension cords. But I think I'm going to do that. Kind of hold it out so that it's not all pushing back this way, because on the other side it's wanting to hang down and I kind of want it to be round all the way around. Like I said, I'll probably have to use a grinder on some of this on the inside, either that or maybe I'll be able to smooth it out with mortar. Make sure it's thick enough to be a bowl all the way around, or a water reservoir. Kind of messy stuff. And that mortar's wire is really sharp, especially right here on the edge, because not all of it has 2 thicknesses. Most of it does. Might have to grind off some of the edge of that sharp wire just to make sure that it's nice and smooth cement on the sides. Because no doubt little birds will be wanting to land everywhere, and none of them want sharp holes poked in them. Probably any more than I do. So it's kind of a mess, but I'm going to leave that there. There, I got another jug to hold that one out. So I'll let these dry, and then maybe I can use the same jugs and bowl for the other side. I've got to rinse this bucket out, or I'll have dried cement all over it. It makes it a little hard to mix. And when working with cement or mortar, I have found that you always, especially if you've got a smartphone and you use fingerprints for anything, you have got to wear gloves. And not use too much of this cement without them. Because if you do, you won't have any fingerprints. At least your phone will not recognize your fingerprints. And I probably shouldn't tell people how to get rid of their fingerprints, because I'm not trying to tell them that. I'm trying to tell them how to keep your fingerprints. But it's kind of a pain when you make something and then the next day and the next week you're having trouble being able to log into your phone or your anything else important. So I am going to let that set and dry, and smooth it out any at all. I see a lot of people when they're making fine things with cement that they lightly spray it like this, and then just get some plain old Portland cement, just the dust. And they kind of put that on there, just toss it at it, sprinkle it on it, and then after they do that, they can really smooth it out, and it kind of gives the cream of the cement. If you've made a lot of stuff with cement and smoothed it out, you'll know what I mean. But it will give you a really smooth finish. I kind of like to paint this up like leaves, so I really don't want it all bumpy. And I'm going to have more. I'm going to put more mortar on it before I'm done. But I do want to kind of make it smooth. So that will sit for about 15 minutes, and I will be back to work on the other half.